in the Tianhe Stadium in Guangzhou in the People's Republic of China. This is the gymnasium. It's an exciting place where they have all kinds of activities, including basketball. But tonight they're here to see a really, really big fight involving Andrew Golota's comeback, you might say, a comeback of sorts. Here is Andrew Golota. It seems that in the big fights, Golota has been battling himself as well as his opponents. He's an interesting guy, to say the least. Will he rise to the occasion tonight? That's what this fight's all about.
He is clearly his own worst enemy. Few fighters in the history of boxing have had a crazier, more self-destructive career than the enigmatic, foul-prone Pole, Andrew Golota. At one time, some believed this rugged brawler with his undefeated record and aggressive attitude had the potential to be the heavyweight champion. But a series of inexplicable fouls and baffling ring behavior have left him more of a curiosity than a contender. In 1996, as he dominated the highly regarded Riddick Bowe in a jam-packed Madison Square Garden, Golota threw not one, not two, not three, but four obvious low blows, causing him to be disqualified.
It was a very difficult fight because it was first time in the big audience. I mean, actually, you know, the Madison Square Garden was like 18,000 people, you know. And most of them didn't look for me. Otherwise, I don't know.
In the rematch 6 months later, Golota continued to dominate and continued to commit fouls, adding a headbutt to his repertoire of low blows. Not surprisingly, the fight ended early in disqualification and disgrace.
And actually, it was a little bit progress, you know, because I just showed twice low blows instead of 4 times the first time, you know, so it's not that bad, I guess.
In his next bout, a dazed-looking Golota met WBC champion Lennox Lewis. Golota quickly disappointed his fans and delighted Lewis by being unceremoniously stopped in just 95 seconds. He later claimed an unwarranted but prescribed injection of painkillers had left him lightheaded and disoriented.
I got a problem with my knee. It was swollen, you know. My doctor took all the fluid out, put a painkiller, and it was a big mistake. So it was a story, you know.
After winning a half-dozen bouts, Golota hoped to once again enter the top echelon of the sport by beating the highly touted, undefeated Michael Grant. He knocked Grant down twice in the first 3 minutes, but entering the 10th round leading on the scorecards, Golota was knocked down. Then, suddenly and surprisingly, he decided to quit fighting. Aware his history of dirty tactics and erratic behavior have sabotaged his once promising career, Golota knows that winning is now his only salvation.
You know, whenever you win, it makes you happy always, you know, because it's the most important thing in boxing, you know, whatever you win. If you don't win, you're gone, you're history.
We're in Guangzhou in the People's Republic of China, and it's been a wonderful trip to China. The people have turned out here to see the main event of the evening featuring Andrew Golota and Marcus Rhode. The main event is coming up now. Bob Sheridan with Dr. Freddie Pacheco, the fight doctor, and Bobby Ches. It's been an exciting evening so far, but the excitement is yet to really happen. Who knows what this man Andrew Golota might do in his 10-round affair with Marcus Rhode. What we do know is that Rhode is about to make his way into the ring, and we'll have the main event of the evening underway very, very shortly. Now, Rhode is a football player. No football player has ever really been able to make the transition from boxing into any sort of a successful career. Here he is, Marcus Rhode. 25 and 15 as a professional, 4 no decisions. But of his 24 victories, 24 by knockouts. It seems that this guy either is the knockout-er or the knockout-e. Which will it be tonight? For him, it's an opportunity of a lifetime. He raged through his first 15 professional fights, winning all by KO inside of 3 rounds. He's had difficulty when he's moved up with world-class fighters like Jeremy Williams, Shannon Briggs, even Vitaly Klitschko, who ran into trouble in his last fight with Chris Reed. But nonetheless, he has had very little success with very good fighters. Here he is, Marcus Rhode. His weaknesses would be stamina and his chin and his overall natural skills. Can he stand up to the assault of a huge heavyweight who punches like our big guy, Andrew Golota? He looks like he's confident. He looks like he's ready. He's a very nice kid. He hails from Detroit Lakes in Minnesota.
Coming from the north
and with
side,
that record, he might be able to cause some trouble for a while. But the big story is this guy. And make no mistake about it, Andrew Golota should win this fight. He's a big, heavy, strong puncher. You know all about him. He actually won 2 fights with Rhode.H.W.2000, but lost in disqualifications. Then he had KO'd in the first round when he said he was over-drugged or over-medicated against Lennox Lewis. And then what happened in the Michael Grant fight his last time out, when he was winning every round, seemingly, and then quit. Who knows what this guy might do? Bobby, what did he tell you about this?
Well, what he said, he and his corner said collectively that his previous trainer said to him, you're losing every round, you're losing every round. What are you doing in the Grant fight? And as he eventually went down in the 10th round, the referee, he said, asked me 4 times if I wanted to continue, almost prompting me to quit. And my trainer tells me I'm losing, so I said, what the hell, I quit.
Well, that's not a good sign that there's any quit in any fighter. But when a guy bangs like this, Freddie, he's always dangerous.
Well, how can you tell a guy he's losing the fight when he dropped Grant? That's at least a 10-8, if not a 10-7. I think he dropped him twice. And he was handling him easy. What kind of a corner did he have? Were they all blind there? So he's a big puncher, but he is a liability.
Well, he's a liability in some cases, but he's a big attraction. He's a huge attraction here, and he's a huge attraction in the heavyweight division. We take a look at the tail of the tape. He's 2 inches taller. He's 3.5 pounds lighter than Rhode. He's 5 years older, but he will have a 2-inch advantage in reach. His last fight, he was TKO'd, as you know, by Michael Grant. And in his last fight, it was a first-round TKO win for this man. Here's the rules. 10-point must scoring system. 3 judges score the fight. Before the end of the 4th round, it's a technical draw on the accidental headbutt rule. After the 4th round, it goes to the scorecards. The other rules will be there's no standing 8 count, a mandatory 8 count following knockdowns, and a fighter must get up following a low blow, or he will be counted out. This is the main event of the evening of our night of championship boxing. Andrew Golota versus Marcus Rhode. Our ring announcers, Kevin Kong and Jimmy Lennon Jr. are standing by. Let's go to the ring announcers.
各位观众，再一次欢迎大家来到广州市天河体育馆观看世界职业拳击比赛。那么本次比赛，我们得到了美国冠军娱乐有限公司、长城国际体育传播有限公司、安东尼陈和乔治中制作公司、中国蓝带啤酒销售公司以及美国拉斯维加斯凯撒宫的大力协助。下面将进行的是今晚的重头戏——重量级挑战赛。主裁判由约瑟夫·欧尼尔担任。
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to Tanhe Stadium in Guangzhou, China for the featured bout of the evening, and it's all brought to you courtesy of American Champion Entertainment, Great Wall International Sports Media, Anthony Chan, George Chung Productions, and Showtime Championship Boxing in association with Pabst Blue Ribbon and Caesar's Palace. Introducing to you at this time our 3 judges scoring the bout from ringside, Ronald Greenlee, Bernie Profato, and Paul Silverman, and introducing to you our referee in charge of this bout, Joe O'Neill. All right, fans, here we go. The time has come for our main event of the evening, 10 rounds of boxing and a heavyweight special attraction. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, from Guangzhou, China, it's showtime!
那么再次欢迎大家来加入我们的职业拳击比赛，来观看这场重量级的拳击比赛，这场10回合的挑战赛。我们首先要向大家介绍蓝角的拳手马库斯·罗德，人称拳台的大猫。在过去的比赛中，24胜15负，4次无结果。特别要说明的是，他24场的胜利全部是击倒对方而获胜的。
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing leopard trunks. He is fighting out of St. Joseph, Missouri. He weighed in at 250 pounds with a record of 24 wins, 15 losses, 4 no decisions. He has all all 24 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Marcus Rhode.
那么在红角的拳手是来自波兰的32岁的安德鲁·格罗塔，目前的战绩是34胜4负，28次击倒对方获胜，目前世界排名第10位。让我们欣赏职业拳击重量级比赛。
And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner, this 10-round main event, wearing white trunks with red trim, hailing from Warsaw, Poland, now living in Chicago, Illinois. His weight 246½ pounds. His record stands at 34 wins, 4 losses, with 28 big wins coming by way of knockout. Ranked the WBC number 10 heavyweight contender, introducing Andrew Golota.
Good luck.
Once again, a referee in charge, Joe O'Neill, now to give instructions, 10 rounds of boxing schedule.
Come on, out of the ring. Okay, you got your instructions in the back. They come to see you fight, not be referee. We understand that?
Yes, sir.
Any questions from this corner? Any questions from this corner? Touch him up. Touch him up.
Good luck, God bless.
Good luck, gentlemen.
All right, so we're set to go. Bobby, the keys to victory.
Well, for Andrew Golota, what he wants to do is establish the jab. He's a pretty good jabber for a big man. Also, he's got a terrific straight right hand. We saw him drop Michael Grant with it, and a good left hook to the body, good body punches. That left hook to the body works well for him. Now, Marcus Rhode, he's going to have to use a lot of lateral movement defensively, get out of the way, and also an overhand right and uppercuts on the inside. That overhand right, he says is key, but we'll see.
All right, so now we're just about set to go. We're waiting for the opening bell of the evening, and we'll have this underway. Make no mistake about it, this is kind of like the Mike Tyson-Julius Francis fight in that Golota should handle Rhode, but how he handles him is the key, too, to the success of his future career now. Big Andrew Golota, big, strong kid from Poland, living in Chicago, up on his toes. As Bobby said, he can do a lot of things well. He's got a terrific jab. He's got great body shots. Golota, of course, in the white trunks with the red trim. Leopard skin trunks is Rhode. Rhode doesn't have the kind of experience against the type of fighters that Golota has been in with. Golota has beaten the best and somehow or other has managed to lose in fights that he should have got the victory. There's the jab in the face of Rhode. Big shot to the body. Boy, body shots like that can hurt a man.
And this guy's body is nothing but a jelly roll. How does he come in here to fight with that kind of shape? Look at that.
The only one I've ever seen able to pull that off was two-ton Tony Golota.
I was going to say.
And that's about it.
I think you're too young to remember two-ton Tony, but that was about it.
You know, I made the statement that he's beaten the best that was, you know, in our minds he beat the best. He never did, in fact, get the victories that he probably was entitled to for various dubious reasons, but he has the capabilities of beating the best. I want to make that clear.
And there you see Rhode trying to land that overhand, that looping overhand right to the side of Golota's jaw. He is giving it his best effort, but his power doesn't seem to be able to move Golota at all.
Golota does a nice job covering up with the right hand. He wants to get that jab through there and drop the sledgehammer right on this guy. Just pause with the jab. There's the right hand, but it goes over the shoulder.
Step back clean.
Manager told me, I told him to go out here and hit this guy in the cup. Maybe he'll go crazy. And he says, my kid won't do that. He says he refuses to do that kind of fighting. I said, oh, well.
Well, you know, sometimes when you're in a fight, you want to make it into a brawl. If you know that you have less ability than the guy, you got to do something to get him off his game plan. He felt the power with that shot there. There's a low blow there.
See what I'm talking about?
The referee says, no, that was a good shot. We'll show you later that it wasn't a good shot, but the referee was not in position to see it.
I didn't get to see the shot cleanly myself, but his trunks are falling off.
Well, it was a low blow, Bobby, to be sure.
Anything below the belt now might be below the cup and everything else because his pants are falling off.
Yes, they are. Golota back to the jab again. His hands are high. And now Rhode right back with a big shot to the body. And the referee, Joe O'Neill, says, hey, you keep him up.
And that's what the manager said. Let him get crazy. Let him get frustrated on you. And, of course, we know what happens when Golota goes crazy. So that's one of the problems that we're going to face here. Can he be disciplined and just take out this guy? He's going to lose his trunks.
That's what this fight is all about. The trunks are coming down. They continue to come down. Tapped with that left hook by Golota. Golota upstairs with the light left, throws the right hand, catches with a good left hook. He's in the ropes. The referee lets it continue even though he was in the ropes. He came back out. You know, when a guy's hip goes into the ropes, Bobby, it's supposed to be scored a knockdown.
Well, actually, not really. Only if the ropes but kept him up exclusively. He bounced into the ropes, but I don't think he was going to actually hit the canvas if the ropes weren't there.
Well, we'll find out, but it's academic now because he's just trying to hang on and survive this first round against a big, strong Andrew Golota.
Finally pull his pants.
All right, the bell ends round number 2, and you won't say it was a great round of boxing, but interesting.
Hold up. You're fucking my chair.
Oh, you stand up for a minute.
Hold your hand up.
All right? Take a breath. Put your arms down. Take a breath. All right? You did real good that round. I want you to goddamn move more, though, all right? Move. Don't even sit down right. I just want you to move.
I want to sit down.
Just stand up for a second. I want you to sit down, he says. I want you to move. Sit down, man. All right?
Come on. You did good. You did good. You did good.
You did real good. You hit him with a couple good shots.
There's what looked like the low blow. It was a rising right uppercut. It looked like it caught some of the trunks and some of the trunks that were below the belt. A little later in the fight, he got him in trouble on the ropes, the left hand, and the ropes actually kept him from falling out of the ring, but I don't think it was a big punch. A partial balance, partial good left hook by Golota.
Second round.
All right, so Golota wins round number 1, and not really dramatic style, but again, this guy, I keep using the word interesting. This guy is interesting to watch. Golota, the big, strong guy in the white trunks facing you.
You see what we're doing here is to see how Golota takes it when things get crazy. Every boxer that's going to fight him is not going to try to get him crazy. And one of the ways is to punch low. That's what's going to happen. How does he take it?
Well, he goes with the right-hand lead right now. He's having things his way. He bangs the guy low. He bangs him behind the head. Referee O'Neill seems to let him do whatever he wants.
There's no doubt in my mind that Andrew Golota definitely has a mean streak in his system.
Oh, he caught him with the right hand and staggered him. Now he's looking for the uppercut to finish. This guy doesn't want to fight anymore.
No,
he's felt the power. He's staggering to his left side. Andrew knows he has him in trouble. He tries to hang on. He bangs him inside. He's trying to finish the fight off. Dicks to the body. Good body shot by Andrew Golota.
Marcus Rhode is doing something smart. He's trying to smother Golota's punches by just staying so close that he can't get hit. But on the way in, he's catching a lot of punishment.
Golota nailed him with another uppercut there, Bobby. He feels and smells success here and smells it in a hurry. It's going to come in this round. He feels it. Nails him to the head again. Rhode maintains his ability to stay on his feet, but he really has the fight taken out of his heart.
All he needs is one clean shot, and Rhode's going to go out of there. He's leaning toward the canvas.
There's a nice setup with the left hand, and then he throws a straight right hand inside.
There he goes.
He feints this one. He's going to be able to land the right hand here very shortly, Freddie.
All Andrew Golota really has to do is use a little stiffer jab and set up the right hand and come up with a couple of uppercuts and a hook, and he should be able to get the job done.
I'm wondering, Bobby, why he doesn't come in with a jab. He's done everything except this guy's wide open to a jab, and certainly a power jab would knock him out.
Oh, wow. He got hit with a pretty good shot by Rhode, but he answered right back.
I think all he did was get Golota mad. He got Golota a little bit on the mad side.
And Golota didn't like the idea that he get tagged.
There goes his legs. There goes the legs of Rhode.
The legs are gone, and when the legs go, the heart and the arms and everything else. There's the right hand that floors him. One. Counts up to 1 and 2.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You all right?
He's going to be all right to continue, so he shows a bit of heart here. Golota nails him with a crisp right hand inside. Long looping shot by the gamely fighting Rhode with very little ability. Golota sets him up with the left. He wants to drop that right hand sledgehammer so bad, I can feel it.
Basically, this fight is a comeback fight from Andrew Golota after the discrepancies with and the controversy. Controversy with Graham.
From this one. Counts up to 2 and 3.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How you feel? How do you feel?
He feels good.
All right, I don't think he feels too good, but the referee lets him go. Straight right hand, ready to drop him again. And the bell has sounded here, but nobody knows it. And we mentioned at the top of the show the bell would be a factor. If there's a lot of action at the end of the round like there was, nobody heard it. Let's listen in.
All right, get yourself together, all right? I didn't hear no 10 seconds. Where's the 10-second warning?
Sorry, you fight hard. Fighting good, baby. Hold your head back. Hold your head. Hold it down.
10 seconds.
Let's take a look at that first knockdown. Andrew Golota ducking under a wild left hook. Right hand right on the jaw. Didn't seem like more than a hard slap, but you could see the legs come right out from under Marcus Rhode. Second knockdown, Golota's working much better, back him up into the ropes. Throws a couple of shots off the top of his head. Then he'll dig in and start firing that straight right hand. And I think there's an uppercut we're going to see up in here. No, it was a left hook. And Rhode was down, and that time he almost did not get up.
All right, here we go, round number 3. I doubt if it'll get beyond round number 3 because Golota's right on him like a cat.
Basically, this is a showcase for Golota on confidence builder, bring him back after the controversy with Michael Grant. This is not a dangerous fight, not a dangerous fighter, his opponent Marcus Rhode, and there's really nothing that he needs to be worried about. At the same time, he's got to take care of his business.
Well, he's got to do that, and he's got to do it in short order here.
His demeanor is one of a bored fighter. You know, like, hey, this is easy. I'm just going to go out and do this. Let's finish. I mean, he doesn't look worried. He doesn't look like he's going to worry about a thing.
Some power there that landed on the glove.
Golota had him in a headlock and reached around behind his back and hit him in the face with his right hand.
Oh, a body shot that dropped him to that. He's claiming it's a low blow, but that was a clean blow.
5 minutes.
Now he's calling it a low blow. It wasn't a low blow, but the referee is calling it a low blow.
Come on. Relax, you all right? You can hit low. If you can hit low, move on.
The referee said, did you get hit low? He's supposed to know that.
Are you ready to continue? Now you ain't going to get 5 minutes. Come on, you ready? All right, time. Time in.
All right, time is back in. He didn't give him the 5 minutes. He said, did you get hit low? He asked him, and the guy said, yeah. What else would he say?
I didn't think he got hit low. I think he got a good body shot is what he got.
It's academic now because this guy's going to finish him off. Andrew bangs him behind the head, goes back to the body again. This guy wants to quit. And all he's going to do is give him an excuse. Andrew, come with the uppercut, my son, and you'll have him out of there.
These are two different quality fighters. Obviously, one is a world-ranked fighter with championship potential. The other, a good club fighter at best.
Well, he's just a punching bag right now. Fights back. Oh, he gets tip of the right hand and goes down again. For the second time. Counts up to 3.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Marcus Rhode just looked at me, shook his head no like he was okay, and got up on a count of 8.
All right. How many more times will he go down before they stop this thing? He's hit again.
I really don't know what kind of patience the referee has. He's been down, he's taking a beating. How much more does he want for this guy? Do they want to scramble his brains up a little bit?
Well, he gets through the ropes this time.
This man has no legs, no reflexes, no reason to be fighting.
His corner came in and stopped the fight. Marcus Rhode's trainers in and saying that's it.
All right, so it's all over. The cornerman, as soon as he goes up in the apron, the fight's over. You don't have to throw a towel in. As soon as your cornerman goes up in the apron, according to the rules of boxing, the fight is over, and the guy should be disqualified. We'll have to wait and see how they score it, whether they scored a disqualification or they just call it a TKO. It's kind of up to the referee. If they follow the rules strictly, it would be a disqualification, Bobby. You're right. Okay, let's talk about the big point here now, Freddie. This guy showed there was one low blow. There was a questionable blow, but that one wasn't a low blow that he stopped it. This guy is really a fighter to be reckoned with in the heavyweight division.
I think he is a fighter to be reckoned with. It's not his opponent that you got to worry about. It's him that you got to worry about. And everybody that fights him is going to try to get him mad and try to get him to explode. That's the problem with Golota. A prime fighter, he is. And he could fight all other 3, but he's got to prove that he can keep his temper.
All right, Doctor. Bobby, how do you feel about it?
Well, you know, he is one of those guys we've seen. He has either an attention lapse or some sort of void in his head where he just does not pay attention, and he does some things that are very bad, and there's no reason for it, especially against an opponent this bad. We're going to take a look at the low blow, which I think was marginal at best. That, you know what? That's on the belt line. Technically, that's legal. On the belt line, even if half the hand is low and half the hand is on the line, technically that's a legal blow. That's the rule, Colonel.
Well, I'll tell you, Bobby, we called it live when we started. It wasn't a low blow, but the fighter took advantage of it. And when you're getting pummeled like that, you can't blame him for taking advantage of an opportunity to gain a little bit of a rest in there.
And here comes the knockdown, which is really beautiful. Golota's just throwing everything he has to. It's an awkward guy who's swinging around. He hits him on top of the head, underneath, on the sides, on the arms, on top of the head. He just wanted to get this guy out. The guy's an awkward guy, makes you look bad. He doesn't come in what looks to be condition or in shape. Fights wild, winging his arms. I'm sure it had to be frustrating for Golota, too.
Well, I'm sure it was a bit.
Now we're going to see him go through the ropes. This is a beautiful little sequence. Power. Golota's got a ton of power. He's a big man, even though he was way less, much more powerful. And we're going to see a short, a little right hand to the head, and he does this weird thing. He bobs his head back, and then Golota comes after him. And I think there's a little too much pushing going on right there, but it was all academic. He was looking for a place to sit. Looking at it from another angle, Golota pressing the attack, just keeping the pressure on, looking to find one spot for a clean shot. And eventually, even though he gets him in trouble, he kind of just shoves him out of the ring. There it is, a little lean on his neck and bent him over. He was weak in the legs as it was Rhode, and he didn't belong in the ring at this caliber, with this caliber fighter in Andrew Golota.
Well, of course, the problem is, Bobby, finding opponents in the heavyweight division. You find a guy that's got a record of 24 victories, that's knocked out everybody. We've got to get the decision to make it official, and here's Jimmy Lennon Jr. along with our other ring announcer, Kevin Kong.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes, 19 seconds in round number 3. Our referee in charge, Joe O'Neill, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout, Andrew Golota.
Pacheco is getting into position, and we will have an interview with Andrew Golota. It was, again, I used that word interesting probably too many times, but what else can you say about Golota? He's a guy you don't want to miss when he fights.
Well, you know, he has some things he brings to the table that are very exciting, but not necessarily legal, and that's always a question mark.
Okay, let's go to Dr. Freddie Pacheco, who's standing by with Andrew Golota. Doc?
That fight was to get the rust off, I imagine?
You know what, it was a tough fight for me, you know. And I thought it was going to be worse.
You thought it was going to be worse? I mean,
yeah,
you thought he was going to be better?
I thought it was going to be better, yeah.
Do you realize that almost every fighter that comes to fight you wants to hit you low so that you can get mad and do things? You realize most people are going to do that to you?
I think he tried to hit me low, but you know what? I don't care about that. I still not have a cup.
Yeah.
But the reaction of the referee is a little bit difficult for me to understand, because, you know, I didn't hit him low.
Yes, he and the referee even asked the fighter, did you get hit low? I mean, he didn't even see it. So it was kind of a strange referee. Did you think it went on too long? Because I didn't think you needed that last little bit there. I mean, he was through.
It was all right. I mean, he did the best, you know. And
yeah, he did the best he could, but it comes to a point where he's just taking punishment for nothing. He could beat you. He did no reason out there. He was just getting hit. But nonetheless, this is a satisfactory tune-up fight for you. You're satisfied. You're
yes,
happy.
I am. You know, I need this win. You know, it's my next win after my big loss. You know, and I'm going to be back. You know.
If you had a choice of all the 3 top guys that are fighting, who would you like to fight best?
I fight anybody. You know, I don't care.
You inside you, who would you like to fight best?
I love Mike Tyson. You know, but
Mike Tyson, not bad.
It's up to him. You know.
All right. Are you satisfied? Al Serto, one of the old professors of boxing. What do you think?
Well, I'm satisfied with his performance. You know, he's been in a layoff, so he needed the rust to come out of him. As far as the big loss that he's talking about, that wasn't a loss at all. He gave the fight to the guy.
Yeah. So, that was a gift.
That was a gift, right. Not too many of those things are going to happen.
All right. How about coming to China? One last thing. You like it here? Was it all right?
I'm a little bit disappointed, you know, because I didn't see the great wall.
Yeah.
I like to think.
Well, you didn't see the great fight either, so you shouldn't have seen the great wall. You didn't see the great fight? No great wall. That's it.
Good.
Okay. We'll see you back in the States. You know? Al, stay well, and we'll send you back to the Colonel and Bobby.